I got a right to live my life the way I want to live it. I mean, being rich and black means something, man. Don't you know that?
I was this frog, and the princess kissed me, and all hell broke loose.
Right on, baby.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Put a foot through her ass. That's just what I'm gonna do. Wow.
Oh, Nurse Tanya back from the block. Where's my money? My money?
Oh, right. You changed from lunch.
You forgot it. Because you see, a woman who's a player herself wants to be played, has to be played, needs to be played.
In this organization, there is a president, a director, and a teacher. All of these offices are held by me.
I mind the fact that they limited my roles by calling me Nolita. In other words, because I said down with the status quo.
He went from the smoothest player on screen to mysteriously missing from Hollywood overnight. Why? Because he refused to be controlled, censored, or packaged. He called out the system, and the system made sure you forgot his name. He didn't get blackballed because he wasn't talented. He got pushed out because he was loud, black, and refused to let Hollywood water him down.
Yeah, look, we got 300 years of being treated like a bunch of puke. Now, Harry, look, we've got to have a black studies department on this campus, and you can't give us an hour of your time.
But here's the truth. They did not want you to find out. This is the story of Max Julien, a legend, a rebel, and to many, the original super fly of the screen. You might know his name from the cult classic, The Mack, or recall his sharply tailored suits.
No, I give $35,000 plus one, right?
The one I gave.
No, you gave me six, though, right? There was one. I had one who was six, and a $35,000 plus one plus six leaves seven.
But Max Julien was more than just an actor. He was a writer, a visionary, and a figure whose life mirrored the transformative energy of the civil rights era. Join in on a dramatic journey through the highs, lows, and twists in the saga of a man who helped rewrite the rules for black artists in Hollywood.
100 years from now, they'll be coming along checking your DNA with that bone and swearing you and that chicken were into some kind of freaky sex thing.
Born on January 1st, 1934 in Washington, D.C., Maxwell Banks, better known to the world as Max Julien, had a presence that could not be ignored.
Mom, I'm tired of praying in church. I mean, look, I spent 5 years in prison. You know, I mean, I got to go out there and fight that man on the only way I know how.
Even as a child, he stood out, sharp, observant, and always watching the world like he knew it had something coming for him. Max's journey was anything but ordinary. Growing up in the nation's capital during the segregation era, young Max was intelligent, ambitious, and unafraid to stand out.
And I was just a normal, average, bright kid. But I've always had this affinity and curiosity about the dark side. I guess I sort of leaned toward being a gangster, but I was too bright to ever end up in jail.
His father, Selden Bushrod Banks, was an airline mechanic, while his mother, Cora Page Banks, was a restaurant owner. He wasn't just a dreamer. He was a strategist. He attended Howard University, where he sharpened his acting skills and developed a taste for theater and spoken word. At Howard, he became a member of Psi chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi on December 4th, 1954. But Washington in the 1940s and 50s was more than jazz and politics. It was a battleground of identity, struggle, and deferred dreams. This was the world that shaped Max. Max's taste for independence and artistic defiance emerged early. He found an appetite not just for performing, but for challenging the status quo.
Hey, look, nobody's pushing me anyway, okay? I mean, not you, not the cops, nobody, man. I mean, you want to get rid of the pushes, I'll help you.
Max Julien's early acting career started on the stage in New York City's off-Broadway circuit. He began with roles in Joseph Papp's Shakespeare in the Park. He moved to Los Angeles, chasing bigger dreams and refusing to play by the usual rules. But in Hollywood, roles for black actors were few and often limited to servants, criminals, or comedic relief. Max refused these stereotypes. In 1968, his powerful presence soon landed him roles in films like Psych Out.
Never seen so many things and more things that people spent their lives to buy.
Alongside Jack Nicholson, and also in the film Uptight, where he played the role of Johnny Wells.
You're from another time. You were great in the mills, steel, fire, the old Union bit. And when you came on strong, all of us kids knew it.
In 1970, he starred in Getting Straight with Candice Bergen.
Without us, you ain't got no causes. You just got a bunch of bored white kids trying to solve their acne problem with their old man's money. Without us, you don't have a social revolution.
His true breakout came in 1973 with the iconic film The Mack, a film he wrote, co-produced, and starred in.
I mean, don't be dropping that brotherly love shit on me, man. I mean, for 5 years I sat up in that place and you never visited me one time, and you didn't bring me a dime, you didn't write me a letter.
The movie told the story of Goldie, a stylish and street-smart hustler, fresh out of prison and navigating the treacherous streets of Oakland. Max didn't just play the role, he embodied it. The movie became a blaxploitation classic and a cultural blueprint for decades to come. But The Mack wasn't just a movie, it was a movement. Hip-hop legends like Tupac, Snoop Dogg, and Too Short called The Mack their holy grail.
Actually, as a matter of fact, I went over to hook up with Snoop, because Snoop and I had some things we were trying to work out, and they threw me into this thing, and I looked up, and here's this powerful, magnificent human being.
Goldie became a symbol of power, swagger, and resilience. Max did not, however, fold his hands and basked in the glory of The Mack. Instead, he pushed forward, making his mark again and again. In 1973, he went on to write the screenplay for, and subsequently co-produced, Warner Brothers' Cleopatra Jones.
If I ever hear of you selling so much as a cough drop, I'm coming down on you so hard.
In 1974, he also wrote, produced, and starred in Thomasine and Bushrod.
Good morning, folks. My name is Mr. Bushrod. This pretty young lady here is Miss Thomasine. We're here to rob this bank.
Playing roles alongside Vanetta McGee, he took on the responsibility for the final look of the film, assisting in the direction, supervising the editing, and creating the design concept for the costumes. He also appeared on TV shows such as Def Jam's How to Be a Player in 1997.
I'm just sorry that your dad is not still living. He would be really proud of you in that work that you're doing over at Def Jam.
Where he played the role of Uncle Fred, and One-on-One in 2005.
He's sleeping soundly now. He'll be okay. After all, he is in the hands of Dr. G-Mack to the GG.
Whether on screen or behind it, Max displayed a relentless commitment to authentic storytelling, a trait rare in anyone at that time. Hollywood has never been known for rewarding trailblazers, especially those who carried their own torch. Despite his influence, Max Julien was often overlooked by major award shows. The Oscars and Emmys did not come knocking. In 1974, he got an NAACP Image Award nomination for Best Writer of the Year for the film Thomasine and Bushrod.
Why is he mad at us? Why is he mad at us? Because Abraham Lincoln lied to him.
However, within the Black film community and among independent filmmakers, Julien was celebrated as a true pioneer. He received recognition at various film festivals and was a respected elder statesman in the hip-hop community, where quotes and clips from The Mack have always been used. Max Julien wasn't your typical Hollywood socialite. Behind the screen, he valued and loved his privacy. From 1974 to 1977, Max was in a live-in relationship with actress Vanetta McGee. She appeared with him in the 1974 Western action film Thomasine and Bushrod.
Get the money.
Move over there. I think you'd better stop moving if you want to stay alive. Get over there!
He later married Arabella Chavers, a fashion designer and businesswoman, in 1991 till his passing in 2022. She was his anchor, his creative partner, and the one who kept the real Max grounded while the world idolized the Goldie persona.
Everything's gonna be all right. I'm gonna be everything to you. I'm gonna be your father. I'm gonna be your friend. I'm gonna be your lover.
Max often found himself at the center of controversy, especially during the blaxploitation era. Critics accused The Mack in similar films of glorifying crime, misogyny, and social dysfunction. However, Julien defended his work fiercely. He argued that The Mack was a mirror, reflecting the harsh truths of urban life, but never endorsing them.
Yeah, out there where Jeff works, you know that big dude, that big bad dude? He put me in a little chick whose father's a corporate lawyer.
He pushed back against Hollywood's hypocrisy, speaking truth to power at a time when few dared to. Off camera, Julien's confrontational style ruffled feathers. He wasn't afraid to call out racism, demand equal pay, or expose the frailties of the industry. Some labeled him difficult. Others saw him as a hero who refused to play the game by anyone else's rules. Max Julien wasn't only an actor. He had a plethora of skills. He was a sculptor, a cloth designer, and a novelist. In the late 90s, he completed a novel titled Dark Clowns Kickin' Ass and finished 13 pieces of sculpture exhibited in galleries throughout the United States, including Los Angeles' prestigious Pacific Design Center.
Dark Clowns Kickin' Ass. Yeah, it's a book, it's a collection of stories that I put together.
Julien was dubbed one of the most popular and important filmmakers in the United States in the LA Times and graced the covers of such magazines as Ebony and Jet. He also became a brand name in rap, R&B, and pop, where he wrote his uniquely lyrical expressions, including Do or Die's CD, featuring Kanye West and R. Kelly.
Do or Die started this whole pimp thing on the records, man. They laid this shit out a long time ago. It's time y'all to lay the credit out on the ground.
He wrote and performed on Rap-A-Lot artist Tell Us Gold Now or Never CD.
When I was 5 years old, my teacher said, "Goldie, Goldie, Goldie, what's it gonna be? Tell the class what you think about Romeo and Juliet."
With an estimated net worth of over $400,000, Max didn't just leave a mark, he left a blueprint. He showed Black actors that they didn't have to say yes to everything, that they could demand more, that they could own their stories. He inspired a generation of artists to write their own narratives, to say no when it counted, and to understand the game before playing it.
In 48 hours, I can have you all crawling off your knees with a snarl in your teeth that can be heard all the way to Washington, D.C.
His influence is woven into pop culture, hip-hop, and independent Black cinema. He cracked open doors that had long been bolted shut, creating new lanes for Black actors, writers, and filmmakers. He mentored younger creatives quietly, always pushing for better representation of Black men, not just as entertainers, but as complex human beings.
And that's why you have more honor among thieves than you do, well, everybody's a thief, than the politicians' thieves. Let's put it that way, the political thieves.
Many of the world's rappers have sampled his voice and the music from the Mack. In a February 2008 interview on Fadar TV, mega hip-hop star Rick Ross removed his t-shirt and revealed Julien's face tattooed on his body.
It's Richard Pryor. It's the Mack. We pimping that bitch.
Friend described him as intelligent and deeply principled. He was a lover of jazz, literature, and Black history, and while he never had biological children, Max considered his body of work his true legacy. Max Julien died on January 1st, 2022 of cardiopulmonary arrest, but the ripples he sent through film, music, and culture are undiminished.
Actor and blaxploitation icon Max Julien has passed away at the age of 88.
In an era of viral fame and overexposure, Max Julien was a reminder that greatness doesn't always come with red carpets or headlines. Sometimes it comes in the form of a man who walks away from it all because he knows who he is.